everybody, welcome to this wonderful video. I'm Zoe Alex, welcome. In this reading I'm going to provide you is that today is the day of February 1st of 2025. Wow, it's basically, how it is in one way or another, and this is how it seemed to be in one way, in that perspective way, and how it seemed to be. So, there is a good chance that, we have everything that we need. But the point being is that this is the way it kind of goes, where it happens in that perspective way. And it's very interesting of how it is in one way or another, and this is the way it kind of goes. But, hear me out, that there is something that was happening in that perspective. And, there are things that I need to understand about how it is one way or another. And this is the way it kind of goes, because I just want to see about what's happening in this day, right? Because it's been a while since I made a video for all of you. I'm, sorry about my apologies, but the way of how this is going to go, I'm just going to see what's happening in this reading that I'm going to provide you, and this is the way it kind of goes. So this is like almost like a Celtic cross reading, but it's not really, because I'm going to figure out who's on the left side, who's on the right side. This is the way it goes. If you're wondering, in the background I have my coffee in here. It's very good, so you might hear me a little bit drinking of it a little bit, but the point being is that this is the way it kind of happens. And the most respectful feeling that this is the way it kind of goes, this is the way of how everything seems to be. And in exact moment of time, it's like everything has to be of how it is, right? This is the way it goes, where things will go in the right place, in the right time, in exact moment, and you happen to know about what's happening. Okay, so this is the oracle card I'm going to read you is peace. I'm a being of love, and I release all negative energy. When you're at peace, you're having peace. You're having peace with how you can feel, the way how you can understand. When you have peace, you're going to meditate, or you're going to have peace where, you do what you can, but, it's the way how it goes, right? This is the way it happens, where you have to have peace with God. Maybe that could work, I don't know. But, in this feeling, this is the way it goes, where if you have peace, peace will bring you to a more satisfying way. And you know what it is, right? It's like that's how it is. So when you have peace, you have things to learn in order to do that, right? It's the way of how it looks nowadays, and you think, okay, well, I got this, I know what to do. And when you think about it, you think about how everything is in that perspective. That's the way it goes, right? This is the way of how you can do it, but as long as it needs to, right? So we're going to look at the word, how it is, about the peace of how it is. And this is the way it kind of goes, and this is the way it kind of seems to be, and knowing that this is the way it kind of goes in one how it is, and this is the way it kind of seems to be, I guess, right? So we're going to figure out who's going to be on the left side, who's going to be on the right side. And this is the way it kind of happens, because this is the way it kind of looks, because you think, okay, well, this is seems to be, but doesn't make any sense, right? So that's why that this is just how a video is, and you think that, okay, well, this is the way it seems to be, right? So you have to understand that this is the way it kind of goes, because in theory, you think that, okay, well, if this is the way it goes, it's like this is the way it happens, right? So you have to have that decency and that way of knowing, okay, well, this is the way it goes, where you think that how it seems to be, right? So this is the way it kind of goes, because I'm going to do a Celtic cross reading, by the way. So this is the way it kind of goes in one way or another, and it's kind of like a Celtic cross reading, but we're going to figure out who is on the left side, who's on the right side. But this is the way it kind of goes. Okay, so here we go. So in this reading that I'm going to provide you is that where things are in place of how it goes. The King of Cups does represent Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but it does represent where you have the ability of how you can do it, because you could be having that support. You know, when you have support, you have things to learn and say, well, this is the way it goes, this is the way it looks, this is how dignity, you know, how it is. And you think back, you think, okay, well, this is the way it goes, right? When you have the Nine of Pentacles up, right, it's like everything is kind of like fulfilled in one way or another, but you have to have that moment of time. So you could be dealing with another Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So there are things that you need to understand where things will be in that exact moment, right? And things will go in that place. But I'm going to do a 3-card reading, and when I do have a 3-card reading, that's how it is, right? So this is the way it kind of goes, because this is the way it seems to be. So this is the way it kind of is. So let's see. So I'll be doing a 3-card reading, and you know, this is the way it kind of goes. So let me do a 3-card reading. So I'll do from the Judgment to the King of Pentacles to the Seven of Cups. So let's see. Queen of Swords reversed, followed by the Page of Wands is upright, followed by the Two of Cups reversed, followed by the Three of Cups reversed. Yeah, see, there is basically no excitement, there's no friendships, relationships. Page of Wands, it does represent maybe passion, and the Queen of Swords reversed, there's like, I don't know, there could be maybe no independence, or maybe it could be that, I don't know. But the way of how that was, because you think, okay, well, this is the way it kind of is. So you think that, okay, everything's fine, but it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. So the Nine of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles to the King of Cups, I'm going to clarify that. So the Knight of Swords reversed, Two of Swords reversed, the Six of Cups reversed, but the Eight of Wands is upright. Yeah, because there is speed. You have speed, so we do as another Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So the Six of Cups reversed, there is no past. You're not be staying on the past, no. The Two of Swords reversed because you are on the right path. And the Knight of Wands reversed, there's no drama in that situation, because everything seems to be good of how it is. The Seven of Cups reversed to the Knight of Cups. The Star reversed, followed by the King of Wands reversed, followed by the Six of Swords is upright. Yeah, because you have movement. The King of Wands reversed, there's no passion. There's nothing about that. But there are things that you need to be in place of how it goes. What's the Six of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Cups? I want to clarify that. The Six of Pentacles reversed, there's no kindness. You're being unkind. You of Fortune reversed, you're having bad luck. The Four of Pentacles upright because you're looking for money. And the Seven of Pentacles upright because you're looking for your career. Yeah, there are things that you need to understand that, well, everything seems to be fine, but then, you know, what's the issue? You know, you have an issue because, well, that's how it is, right? So when you go through the stage, you think that everything seems to be fine, but then you're not wishing upon that. You're not wishing upon how it is, right? It's like a free-for-all situation where, okay, well, everything's fine, but then, wait, this is the way it goes, right? This is the way of how I can understand it, because there are things that you must learn in order to do it. right? That's the way it goes, right? So it's like that's the way it kind of happens because the way of how it seems to be, right? Because this is like a crystal clear moment, and you think that okay, well, this is fine, but integrity of how it goes, you think okay, well, this is the way it happens, right? This is the way of how it kind of goes, right? So what's in the middle? The high priestess is upright, yeah, because you want to use your inner voice. Because when you use your inner voice, it's like, okay, well, I got this, but you have to think about how everything is, right? This is the way it goes, right? Because when you think back, you think, all right, well, everything is gonna happen, and you have the way it seems to be, right? So let's see. So what's going on with this high priestess? So the hangman is upright, so you have restrictions. The moon is upright, there's misrotations. The justice is upright because you want to tell the truth, or you want to have, you want to take action. The star is upright, yeah, because you're going to use your inspiration. Yeah, you want things to be all, all crystal clear and everything's fine. But then, what's the issue? What's the dialogue? What's the way of how you can do it, right? Because you have to think. You have to, in order to believe in your own self, you do what you can. You have to, master your own. You have to be courageous, whatever it is, right? You have to think about, oh, well, it's about me, it's about somebody else, it's about, how you can do it. That's the thing. What's the opposite with the star card? The high priestess is upright, you're going to use your own voice. The tower reverse, there's no transformation. But the death star is upright because the death represents Scorpio, but death represents and endings are going to come up. That's the way it goes. Everything has endings because that's the way it goes. It's like, starting from a story, you're doing well, and then all of a sudden you're going to end with the book. That's the way it goes, right? Or the end of the chapter. That's what it seems to be. The moon reversed, followed by the chariot is upright. Yeah, because you want to have progress. When you have progress, you want things to happen in the right way, rather than having a wrong way perspective. That's the way it goes, right? You have to do exactly what you're told to do, because that's the way it goes, right? This is like not a short and sweet. This is not how it is. This is the way it kind of goes, because you have to think, all right, well, this is fine, but then you have the ability from the right and wrong perspective, right? What's this moon card is? View of fortune reverse. Yeah, because you're having bad luck. When you have bad luck, it's like, it's not very good when you have bad luck. It's basically how it was, because you think that, okay, well, everything's fine, but then what's the issue? You have to think about what's happening in that perspective, in that way, right? Because like I say, this is not a short and sweet. This is not your cup of coffee. This is not your cup of tea. This is not. But in reality, you have to think about what's happening, right? Because you have to think about the word peace. You have to know that, right? It's the way of how it goes, where you have world peace, where you have things to be in that exact moment, right? This is how it seems to be, right? So it's like, this is the way it kind of goes. So I'll do a 3-card reading once again. So let me do the middle here. So the 4 of Pentacles is upright, followed by the Empress is upright, followed by the 6 of Wands reverse. Yeah, see, there's no celebrations, nothing. The Empress upright, there's nourishment, That's how it is. The Four Pentacles upright because you're looking for money. So if you do it in the Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So there are things they need to learn in order to do that, right? What's also with the Six of Wands here? The Hierophant reversed because there's no guidance. But Two Wands is alright because you're planning on something. You're planning on what to do. That's the way it goes. So if you do it in Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, right? There are things they need to understand because that's the way it seems to be, right? This is the way of how you can do it, right? What's this Chariot is? The Strength card reversed, followed by the King of Wands reversed, followed by the Two Pentacles upright. Yeah, because you're balancing two things at once. You're balancing two things. And when you do that, it's like that's the way how it goes. Because you think that, okay, well, this is fine. But then, in reality, it's like things will be in that perspective way. This is the way of how you can do it. Right? In order to do that, it's the way of how it goes, right? Because you have to think to your own self. You have to think about what it's based on. The truth. How it is, how you're feeling, how you expect things to happen, unexpected, miracles can happen, that's the way it goes, right? What's in the middle here? The Justice reverse because you're not telling the truth or you're balancing, but then the Hermit is upright because you want to have solitude or you're looking for a soulmate. So there are things they need to learn in order to do that. It's the way of how it goes where, this is the way it goes because you need to understand. This is not a lecture. This is not the way it happens. But, nowadays you have to think, okay, well, this is the way it goes. This is the why, this is the way of how it seems to be. Because you think about the 5 W's is who, what, where, when, why. In that situation, that's the way it goes. Because in theory, this is the way it happens. Because this is the way you need to do things in order to do it, right? That's why it happens. Because in that way, you think, okay, well, everything's fine. But it's like, well, it's not. Because, you have to think about what's going on around that situation. It's the way of how you can do it in order to do that, right? It's the way it happens, right? So it's like this is the way it kind of goes. So now I'm going to do the oracle cards, and I'm going to see, like I'll do a three card reading of the oracle cards from the left side. You're gonna figure out who's in the middle and who's gonna be on the right. So let me do that. So let's see that. Who's on the right? Who's on the right? And then who's in the middle? So let's see. So who's on the left side? We have the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. That's the way it goes, right? Because you have to think, okay, well, I know what to do. I'll follow this map. I know what to do. That's the way it goes, right? That's the way it seems to be. The next one, you have the resting tree, patience, and stillness. Yeah, that's the way it goes, right? Because you have patience, that's the way it goes. Because when you have patience, you're waiting, right? That's the way it goes, right? You need to do that, right? The next one is the Horse King, assistance and control. You have that ability. You have the assistance. You have control. You have decency of how it goes. Where you think, okay, well, everything's fine, but then it's like, well, this is the way it happens, right? So this is the way it seems to be, right? On the right side, you have the spiral dancer is circulus root perception. Yeah, exactly. Because it could be like a routine that you're going through. Maybe you're going to have this continuous cycle of how things are. And you think that, okay, well, I know what to do. But then it's like, okay, this is the way it happens, right? And what's in the middle? You have the sisters of the season. Cycle of growth, natural love, or is it natural law? Oh no, yeah, natural law and divine order, something like that. That's the way it goes, because this is the way it happens. So you have to think about the way of how you can do it, the way how you can see things in a different perspective, because you're looking for the word called peace. When you have peace, you have the ability to understand that, because you have to think about, all right, well, this is the way it happens. I know what to do, but you have to think about, okay, well, this is the way it seems to be, right? Because you think about, okay, well, this is the way it goes, or you think back, you think about how you can do your opportunities from that way, and you think, okay, well, this is the way of how it kind of intrigues me, because it does, right? Because in this reading I'm doing it to you all, it does make sense. And when you do that, you have to focus on that ability from that right and wrong perspective, right? Because when you do exactly what you're doing, like, the seasons are changing, everything else, you have to know exactly what you're going to do next. You do exactly what you're told to do, but things will be in that perspective way. It's the way of how you can do that. It's the way of how you can have inner peace, or like let's say is like world peace. That's the way it goes, because in this reading I'm doing it for all of you, it makes sense, right? And that's the way it happens. So we're going to figure out who's in the middle of this situation. Ace Wands reversed, the Chariot reversed. Yeah, see, there's no progress here. Six Pentacles reversed because you're not having kindness. But the Fool is upright, yeah, because there's change, right? That's the way it kind of happens, right? So you have that way. And let's see. So let's see what's happening of what the universe is saying here. So we have the Nine Pentacles upright. There's comfort. Yep. Three of Cups upright. There's celebrations. Three of Pentacles upright. There's excitement. The Knight of Cups upright. There's romance. Yeah, that's how it seems to be. The Five of Cups upright. There's grief. Ace of Pentacles upright. There's growth. Three of Swords upright. There's heartbreak. Oh. It's the way of how you can do it, like where you're having grief, you're having heartbreak. It's basically where, everything is not going your way, and you think that, okay, well, this is not good. It's not, because you have to think about how this is, because when you have a mini pause, or whatever it is, you're going through that stage, right? What's in the middle? The Temperance is upright, yeah, because you're healing. So when you have that, you have the ability from that perspective, from that way of saying, okay, well, if I have peace, if I have that way, this is the way it happens. Because that's the way it kind of goes, right? This is like how you can be responsible of who is doing this. So let's see what the universe is saying for that healing card. The Dream Walker. Dreams, and then you have the collective good and illusions. That's the way it happens, right? Because when you have dreams, when you have illusions, you have that way of how you can do it, and that's the way it happens. So before I let you go, pay attention about what's happening in this perspective. Pay attention about what's happening in that way of how it goes, because you have to master your own abilities from the right and wrong perspective. You need to have the ability from when you have peace, you have to accordingly how it is for you. This is like not a up and above beyond situation. It's not. But the way of how everything has to be crystal clear and everything else, that's the way it happens. This is the way it kind of goes. So before I let you go, pay attention about what's happening. Pay attention about what's happening in that perspective. Things will go in that right moment of time, and you have to know how it is, right? So you have to think about how unexpected and how things are, but the ability from that. So I hope you all like this video. Please give the like, please give the comment, and enjoy, because this is the way it happens, and this is how it seems to be. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day to all, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.